What's up, y'all? This is DJ D. Welcome to the Rising Spivey Show. And here's Chanel and Brian.
Welcome to the Rising Spivey Show. My name is Chanel Spivey, and today we're going to talk about love. I have with me Brian Hampton.
How you doing, Miss Spivey?
Lifestyle Entertainment Report. Normally he gives us the Lifestyle Entertainment Report and thing, but I needed help trying to figure out how to talk about love. I mean, what is love? A word that comes and goes, but few people really know what it. Okay, that's Kurt Franklin. But but love is something special, and I don't know much about it. I don't know much about it, and I have some very great guests on that are going to talk about love. Qualamiya Hall,
yes,
and Victorious Hall are going to help us, as well as my girl Kerry Richards. And we're going to sort this thing out and open up the conversation. I have a feeling this is going to be a good show.
Definitely. You got two married folks on, so.
Yeah, and then my girl's single, helping me talk about.
So it's a balance. It's a balance.
So what's up with you? We're going to talk about you and love now.
Love? Man, ain't supposed to be in love right now. No. I think love is a beautiful thing, but, you know, it's just got to work out both hands in the right time and the right place. But with most people, they're either not ready for it or don't know how to go about finding it. I don't think it's something that you look for. It's once you accept that you want that in yourself, people can see that in you.
That's right. And that makes sense too. Something to consider. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of good points on today's show. Please have out a notepad and a pen because you're going to like the information that you get. I want you all to also take a look at this book, The Conversation by Hill Harper. There are a lot of books out there that will talk to you about love, and I'm not going to name the ones which say that you should not get, but there are a few. This one is really a good conversation, a good book. It's called The Conversation, and I learned a lot from it. I've always, told people, I've let folks borrow it. It's a good book. Me, I'm single. You're single.
Yes.
We're single right now. If y'all don't know, but me and Brian go way back to
freshman year
in college.
State.
Yes, a lot of my guests have come from there so far. That's where I met so many new people and made all of these lifelong friends now. So this is my partner in crime. Me and Brian dream big together. We're gonna shut down everything eventually.
We are. Be ready.
But we're starting here.
Yeah.
Getting the ball rolling. We ain't starting here. Actually, we've been doing this.
Yeah. This, check the history.
I'm sorry, that was a little bit. So, what do you think about love? What do you think the issue? This is what I want to know. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Why are men scared to commit? We had Reggie, who I said something about relationships, and he was like, "I'm not in no relationship." What is that?
I mean, I think it's something from the beginning, even when we mentioned it with our friends. When you grow up, you get past that. But if I go back when I was 17 and we talked about relationship, it was like, relationship? You gonna leave one of the fellas? It's like you coming out of the group to be in a relationship. You about to be on dates all the time. You about to be not to go nowhere.
Did you call them squares?
Squares, that's what we call them. Hey, you gonna be squared up for the rest of your life? No, you can't do that now. We young, we gotta, meet different people and I mean, that's just something you go through when you were younger. I mean, and now.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. There's people who are 30 and 40 that still feel I don't wanna
if you can't settle down at 40, come
Something's
on.
wrong.
It's a wrap.
You in the club
come on.
at 40, sir?
Exactly. We know you look 40. You look 40 too. So we can
Please
see,
don't do that.
please come home. Please have a family.
Yes.
Please.
Well, I definitely want a family. It's nothing cool about having to hold down a house by yourself. And being alone, and I'm not. Being alone is a good thing sometimes because the creative part of me needs my own space. I don't need to be on anybody else's time, and I already have a child, so I don't know how well or how easy it would be to balance a child and a man. I mean, I'm willing to try. Ryan knows that I've been seeing this guy for quite some time. He's not my man. It's we have a friendship that is very important to me, and I'm not right now balancing everything. I don't know if I'm willing. I want to do it, but I don't know if I could do it as well as I say I want to do it. Today we're gonna talk about those things.
You could once you have the like I said, the right time. It could
Timing is everything. That's why I want to know from some of my guests today. What made you know when does a man know that this is the person that they want to be with?
When he's about to die. That's not, I mean, it's something I think where that person is different than everybody else, you know? And it's not something I don't think you're going to achieve on the first day or whatever. And then you got to want that for yourself too. You got to, I mean, after a while, honestly, it comes old after a while. Seeing, you know, different women, all of that, you know, I mean, after a while, you're going to want to settle down. You know, I got 2 married parents, so I mean, eventually that's where I want to be, you know.
Right, and that's something I got to talk about. My parents too, and that's something that's serious about dating people or being interested in people, at least that have at least an example of some sort of idea of this, because my perception of love and relationship and marriage is based on my parents, who have been together for I don't know how many years, been married successfully. So I see that, and it's real to me, but some people don't even have that concept.
And so they don't, you know, we're all products of our environment. Not saying if you don't come from a married household that you can't get there, but if you don't see it, it's not in front of you. It's not like, you
believable.
Know. Exactly.
Because I'll see some people that will say, like, I know somebody, you know, I'm on Twitter all the time, Rising Spivey, and what do you?
The Lifestyle ENT.
Plug. And so I hear people all the time talking about, you know, marriage is about a financial agreement. And I'm like, what? That's not marriage at all. I don't think so at all. That's
2010. That's our society, really.
That's a mess. That is a mess. I'm going to tell you something about my parents coming. I shared before that my parents are from South Carolina.
Mine too.
And yes, and Brian's is too. Maybe that's why we're so close.
Yeah.
But so my parents are from South Carolina, and they came to Maryland, and I'm sure they had a rocky but a rocky start in building themselves in Maryland. They used to stay in some apartments that I ended up actually working for the same management company, and those apartments are not, I'm like, that's where we live. And my mom talked about when they decided that they had to move, somebody got shot on the stoop. But so finances and money, it's like people feel like in order to get married at this point, you have to have this, you have to be financially stable. You already got to have a house, a car, you already have to have a very successful career, you already have to have arrived, basically, and then you want to get married. And I'm not saying that that's not right. I'm not saying that, but I'm just questioning if marriages would be more successful if people were willing to grow together.
Right.
You know?
Right. It has to be a plan first, and then, you know, you don't necessarily have to be at that point, but it definitely has to be a plan. If you just wait till you get married, wait till you have your own house, have your own car, everything like, well, you should have your own car. But if you wait, wait till you have your own house and everything like that, you know, who's to say what's going to happen then? I mean, first you want to be together in love, and then after that, everything else will fall into place.
That's what I'm saying. I think that should be the #1 thing. I think that money will come and go, because just because you got money today doesn't mean that once you get married that it'll always be there.
Yeah,
you should have
fired every day.
Exactly. Or you might get hurt or injured or anything. You know, anything could happen. So I think that the foundation of the marriage should be based on love.
Right, definitely.
Not on this finance thing. But that seems really big. And then we see in the media how relationships, people get divorced, Tiger Woods, and that's the first thing.
$750 million.
Yes, and money and marriage seem to be like this. When to me, it's the marriage and then the money.
Exactly. When I was at the courthouse working in the divorce department, 50% of divorces is the rate. 50% is divorce rate, and 80% is because of money, financial reasons. 80%. So 80% of divorces out of the 50% that make it or that don't make it. And
I know struggling is not easy, and the average person doesn't want to be in a situation where they have to struggle, and perhaps maybe it's easier for you to be to get by on your own without somebody else. So if a man is in a marriage and things are getting tight, it's probably easier for him to just step away, maybe. But I think that if you love this person, the money and everything, you know.
Right, the easy thing is not always the right thing to do. Usually the hard thing is the right thing to do.
Right. Well, this is going to be a good show.
It is.
I'm really looking forward to this. We got a lot of good information. Normally we go 30 minutes, but this special show, special edition of Rising Spivey, is going to be an hour because love is so important to me. I'm in a loving season in my life. I don't even know what that means, but I'm in a place, it sounds good.
Yeah,
but that's where we at. We're going to do this.
Yes, let's do it.
Welcome to the Rising Spivey show. Stay tuned. I'd like to share with you all a few poems by Tupac Shakur from his book, A Rose That Grew from the Concrete. Beautiful poetry. You all don't need to hear my love stories. He has a lot of interesting poems that I'm sure everyone would enjoy. So I think that you'll like it, and stay tuned. Okay, I'm very excited to have my girl Kerry in the building. You may have seen us shutting down a few parties because that's what we do.
Yes.
So right now we're going to talk about love and being single and how things work for us or not work for us, and some of the things that we've learned. Kerry and I were roommates, and we've experienced a lot of stuff. So our one thing was we weren't going to be where we were last summer. That's
Right.
what we said. We're not going to keep having the same conversations about the same people last summer. We're trying to grow and become better women because we deserve better men. So tell me some things that you've learned.
I've definitely learned not to be as needy. I've become more independent since moving in with you and leaving that situation. I've learned to be more dependent on myself, working 2 jobs, taking care of my son full time. I just really have no time for games, jokes, whatever they want to give. So
Yeah, and that's true, because what we sometimes end up doing is putting so much energy into guys, and it takes away from what we can be doing for ourselves, bettering ourselves or our kids or something like that. So when you get down to it, it's no time for games, because I could be doing me.
I'd actually rather go to sleep. Than
Right.
than like
That's like, how about this? Somebody's like, okay, somebody we met the other day. Tell you about the other day. So it's like, he hits me, he's like, so can we chill? And I'm thinking, okay, so what's chill mean? Because I can definitely do that by myself in my house. You want to chill? What does chill mean?
Usually chill means I'm either too cheap to go on a date, or it's actually the cheap issue.
Yeah.
Like, if I can just come to your house, rent a movie,
Hang out on your couch.
hang out on
and
your
that'll
couch.
suffice.
'Cause I still live with my parents.
I don't have my own couch
I don't
just
have
yet.
my own. Or I still live with my baby mama. Those situations
At
tend to pop up a
or
lot.
if they do tell you in the beginning
Yes.
about that whole thing.
Yes, games.
Games. More about games. So what do we want? We're gonna try. This is what we're gonna. Let's tell some guys right now, what do some good women want, or what would they like in men? I'll go first. We'll give them 5 things. We'll give them 6. Number 1, I would like men who are bold enough to approach a woman respectfully.
Yes,
That's
not
number
get
1.
your friend to
Yes.
come approach you, to make sure that it's okay to come approach you. I
That's
hate
not
that.
cool.
That's not cool.
Be bold, because that's
Yes.
that's attractive when you have the
Right.
right. And I give it to guys. It must be really hard to get the nerve up to go talk to a girl, because you could get shot down.
Yeah, but I need a man that's going to be so confident that he's like, oh no, I won't get shot down. You have to come with that confidence, and we bite.
Yeah.
But if we find some weakness, it's going to be too
over.
easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
It's over. Okay, you too.
For me, I want everyone to come to me with an ID on their forehead. Because if I get one more minor, like everyone that comes to me is, I'm like, how old are you? 21? What are you going to do? Babysit my son? Like, I
Pretty
need
much.
somebody 25 and up. So
Okay.
I understand that maturity level isn't with age, but my preference. So don't get mad when my preference is not you.
Yeah. Understandable too, because I mean, what are we gonna do with a 21-year-old?
Babysit.
No, that ain't gonna work. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, we probably should have thought about this.
And I'm like,
Okay, you think and I'll talk. Number 3, I would like guys to be more affectionate.